Have you ever considered, why do mathematics work? Look, I know you've asked, why do I have to take mathematics? I get that question, okay? But that's not where we are. Why do they even work? And why do they work so exquisitely? Why does chemistry work? Why do physics work? Because there is a creator, an intelligent creator God, the one who's created everything by the principles of his intellect. He has created everything and the order that they are in. And Isaiah is making a plea to his identity. Why can he be the source of your strength? Because he's the creator of everything. In fact, how immense is he? How significant is he? Isaiah seeks to convince you of that just a couple of verses earlier. In verse 12, Isaiah says, look, it's he who measured the waters in the hollow of his hand. That means in the little cup that you can make in your hand, all of the H2O of the universe can fit in his hand. It's this poetic way of saying this is how immense the Creator God is. He goes on to say, and he's marked off the heavens by a span, the heavens by a span. As far as we know today, this will change in just a few years, but as far as we know today, the expanse of the universe the known universe is about 14 billion light years. Light traveling at the speed of 186,000 miles per second. In 14 billion years, it can travel from the end that we know to the other end that we know. Think of that immensity. And Isaiah says here about God, yeah, that space can be marked off between the thumb and the pinky finger of God. In verse 26, he says, lift up your eyes on high and see who has created these stars. His experience of the stars is not like your experience of the stars. You live like in a huge metropolitan area. You can barely see a star at night, but that would not be true of you if you were in the Judean desert in the ancient world and you awoke in that desert at about 2 a.m., you would be stunned by the beauty and majesty of the Milky Way over you and the canopy over you. He says he's created those stars. I've told you before, I'm just repeating here. Physicists say now they've estimated that as far as we know, what we know at this moment is that there are we can count about 10 to the 24th power stars in the universe. 10 to the 24th power. That's a 1 with 24 zeros behind it, and that is a number so large there's no name for it. And the Bible here is saying he not only created those stars, but look at what he says in the next line, and he calls them all by name. Look at the vastness of his vocabulary. I mean, look at the unbelievable measure of his vocabulary. He has 10 to the 24th power just star names in his vocabulary. Because of the greatness of his might and the strength of his power, none of them's missing. Meaning, every night, if you looked up where the North Star is supposed to be, it's there. If you looked up in the night and where the Big Dipper is supposed to be, it is there. If you looked up in the night, any night, to look for Cassiopeia or Andromeda or Orion, they're always where they're supposed to be, and so are all the other 10 to the 24th power stars where they are supposed to be, because that is the capability and immenseness of the Creator of the ends of the earth, the everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the ends of the earth. And so that's what He's capable of.